What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bruja Africana, coming to you with the tarot reading. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so we can go ahead and get off into this here shit. I don't know what's been going on relationship-wise in hip-hop, Hollywood, life, period, but bullshit is going on. And I know that we are in the age of Aquarius, but somebody let me know. Are we in the backdraft for the motherfucking Mercury retrograde? Because just what in the hell is going on? Everything foolish is happening, and the undertones and the underscores of what people got going on is showing up and showing out, y'all. Let's talk about Jhene Aiko and motherfucking Big Sean's selfish ass, okay? Now, shout out to everybody that's a Jhene Aiko fan. Shout out to all the Big Sean fans. Ain't nobody here to attack either of their music. We here to talk about what the hell just happened, okay? Not even what just happened. It's almost like a pattern with the two of them. Now, I'm not saying that marriage is for everyone, but if you have been alluding to somebody that you're going to marry them, that's exactly what you should do. Speaking as someone who has lost a sibling, if you don't get therapy or you don't have the right support systems around you, you can lean into the wrong things or the wrong people and try to find that healing that you maybe need, or not maybe, that you desperately do need, because to lose a sibling is a huge thing. It's like a piece of you is gone and you need to fill that void. I think that with the bad marriage happening and her relationship not working out with her child's father, everything that was happening to her, she needed some way to cope. And in addition to her developing a Percocet and liquor and cocaine addiction, she became addicted to love. That's where Big Sean walked in. That's where Big Sean walks in. He shows up in his own energy as the Emperor card. There's Jhene in the Moon card as the Pisces energy. And I was hoping that she was going to show up in her Sun energy versus her Ascending energy. At first, she was showing up in her Sagittarius energy. So that let me know, and we'll talk about that later in the reading, but that let me know that she, while in the relationship, and I mean this in the most respectful way, because I love Jhene Aiko, I love her, and I wish her nothing but the best. However, in this situation with Big Sean, I do not believe that she is being allowed to live in her softest, most feminine self. When she is performing and speaking and all of that, of course, she's not going to wow the fuck out and give us no low vibrational energy, because that's not who she is. But Big Sean pulls her to a negative side with that Moon card showing up. Again, that represents Pisces, but it also represents how her mind frame is when dealing with him, because he plays a lot of games. He's very authoritative over her. He holds on to shit with that Cancer moon being present within him. He may hang it over her head that she had a drug and alcohol problem at once upon a time. But then he maybe love bombs her a little bit too, and makes her feel like things are going to be all better and we just need to talk about this. You know, it's a whole bunch of foolishness that I'm not saying it's all his fault, but what I'm saying is I think that Jhene is with him because there's a void there that she may be avoiding dealing with. Maybe it's hard for her to deal with death. I don't know. I really feel like it has a lot to do with Miyagi not being present anymore. She's very spiritual. I wish that she would, and we're speaking within her Moon card energy, y'all, I wish that she would use her inner self or her inner spirit to be able to reach out to her brother, versus listening to that intrusive thought that maybe wins over her thoughts and maybe her mind sometimes, I believe, with that Devil card showing up. Her and Big Sean's situation is completely karmic. I know that some of y'all don't believe that. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh no, they're really made for each other, because they're both double rising and sun sign, and that whatever the fuck reason you're gonna give that you feel like they are this beautiful couple that will withstand this storm and go through this shit and have this beautiful love story that y'all can model y'all fucked up relationships after. That ain't what this is. This is a situation of a woman, like I said, that has a problem with addiction. Not saying that she is back doing any of the Percocet and cocaine, none of that, but she's found another thing to be addicted to. Big Sean is her new addiction. She has found some sort of life, if you will, in this situation that I'm very positive with the Empress card and the Wheel of Fortune showing up. She pretty much believes that this is karmic, or it could be karmic. She has maybe an idea that the shit that is going on may not be the healthiest situation for her, but like I said, she has an addiction to she has an addictive personality. She is looking for something to replace that which she's lost. With the Lover's card and the Moon card showing up, she's completely smitten and captivated by this relationship. She may be being a little bit delusional, if you will, and there's nothing wrong with being delusional in love, but in this situation she may be giving more to the situation than what it's worth. She may be allowing Big Sean to play mind games on her because he's aware that she's addicted to love and addicted to having it in her life, and she's addicted to trying to make things balance with that Temperance card showing up. Therefore, he doesn't have to do anything but present her with the bare minimum. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like to hear that because, you know, that's our good sister Pussy Fairy. We don't want to hear that she's going through this type of shit, but y'all, sometimes love is hard, and sometimes it takes you being in a karmic situation and learning the lessons as you go along so that you can grow. The Empress card not only represents her being Noah's mom, but it represents her still in the process of growing. So while she is addicted to this relationship with Big Sean, whereas that she knows that he could be a twin flame versus her soulmate. I think that she's confusing him for a soulmate too. That's a little bit of that delusion energy that I was getting with the Moon card as well. And of course that's her as the Pisces, but it's giving the delusion with the Lover's card influence. Why I say that, like I said, she's maybe seeing the potential in what her and Big Sean could be. She's very hopeful. She's not above working on things. But the thing is, with that Devil card influence and all of this, it may be a little bit excessive. It may be feeding to that addictiveness she has for making sure she has those pieces around her that she calls love. Excuse me. Of course she loves her children. Of course she loves her family, but Jhene is looking for that emotional. There's something happening there in her emotional region, in her maybe in her sacral chakra, and something happening there deep down, like, and in her heart chakra. It's like she's not and I'm saying it and I'm pausing, y'all, because she's such a beautiful spirit that I don't want to speak anything negative over her at all. Like, I like doing readings for celebrities or about celebrities, and they're genuinely good people, and Jhene Aiko has very good energy. So forgive me if I pause a little bit in the reading shit, and I'm slow with my words, because the things that she's enduring in this relationship are kind of unfair to her as a human being, because she's beautiful. She's with growth. She's always adapting to new situations. She's always willing to change what is broken, or she feels, or what someone brings to her attention is broken, or maybe causing them some sort of discomfort. Now, she's not a kiss ass, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but she's very much so willing to be that person to bend, to be the peacemaker in the situation. So she's still in a position of evolving. And I just don't want to see her be hurt, because she's putting a whole lot of energy into this situation with Big Sean. She's not silent, though. You know how some girls are, or some people are really quiet about what they want in a relationship, and they expect their partner to automatically know what it is that they want. She communicates with him what it is that she wants. She didn't take him on no guessing games. It wasn't no where are we type situation. You know how sometimes you be like, where are we? Not you be like, because I don't ask that fucking questions. Where are we? What are we? No, if you have to ask those questions, then you already know that y'all pretty much are nothing. But I'm not going to say that she didn't initially ask him those things. Excuse me. Because she kind of had an advanced life going on when she started dating Big Sean. She had already had her daughter. She had already been married prior to this, so she was already a grown-ass woman twice over. So when she entered into this situation with Big Sean, although she communicated what she wanted, she didn't necessarily stick to what it was that she laid out there for him, if you will. She kind of allowed things to move quickly, because they start fucking almost instantly, with the 8 of Wands and the Temperance card showing up. Not that she got pregnant, she just had the baby. But it was almost like when her and her husband separated, she started fucking around with Big Sean, and they didn't take on, like, maybe not even titles, because they were fucking for a long time, okay? Like, they would never confirm that they were girlfriend and boyfriend, because technically they weren't. So things were moving along really fast and real sexually at first. But Jhene communicated, like, down the line, like, I want something a little bit more traditional, with the Hierophant card showing up. Not necessarily marriage. Like I said, the Empress card with her always represents her growth and watching things maybe happen organically. She does, or she wanted things to happen organically with her and Big Sean. So she let them remain sexual for a while. But she ultimately let him know, this ain't all I want out of this situation. There's got to be more stability, if you will. Now, she didn't back him down with a relationship. That's where she, maybe with the Moon card influencing the 8 of Wands, fucked up a little bit, because she maybe stutter stepped in her communication a little bit about what she meant by solid relationship. Now, this is not to make any excuses for Big Sean at all, and to assure y'all that this is about Jhene Aiko. That is her represented as the Moon card. That is her Pisces sun and moon sign, and there is her rising sign, the Sagittarius, represented in the Temperance card. So a lot of the sexual energy, she was cool with it. Y'all know Sagittarius, y'all wild in a motherfucker. They always talk about motherfucking Scorpios being freaks and shit. No, you fucking Sagittarius need a motherfucking memoir written every fucking year, because damn it, man. All of the sexcapades you motherfuckers can have. Are you fucking kidding me? She was no different. She's a very sexual being, and that's what Big Sean liked. Initially, of course, he thought she was cute and all of that. We gonna get to his ass in a minute, y'all. But we gonna keep our good sis uplifted and good energy, because she's dealing with an old fire sign ass Aries, baby. And they stubborn as a motherfucker, and mean and vindictive, and hold on to shit, honey. But anyway, sounds like me, because I'm Aries moon. Anyway, yeah, she let these things go on in the way that Big Sean wanted them to. Let's put it like that at first. But as things continue to grow, she like, I want to see where else this can go. I'm having fun. You're having fun. I could kick it with you long ways, you know. She kind of like, yo, let's go, you know, make this a more traditional relationship. And while Big Sean was cool with that, he like, you know, with the Lover's card showing up with, again, his influence as the Emperor. He like, I'm cool with that, you know, and thinking with his dick with the King of Wands. He show up like, alright, you know, this situation cool. But because he ain't grew up, okay? That's what his Wheel of Fortune card means with the Devil and the Lover's card. He is still very much so at fight with maybe his younger self because he's not the man that he feels like he should be. Maybe it is his chip on his shoulder, because he does have a fucking chip on his shoulder for various reasons, but the most obvious reason is the King of Wands showing up. He's not recognized in hip-hop the way that he feels he should be, and there may be a little bit of jealousy there with him versus Jhene Aiko. She's widely respected and accepted, and you know, people love her. And I'm not saying people don't fuck with Big Sean, but you know, niggas just leaked his album and it's not funny, but I'm like, motherfuckers don't take him serious. Like, he don't get the respect that he feels like he should get in hip-hop. And he like, niggas playing with my name, you know. He probably does a lot of that type of conversation around her, you know, needing his ego stroked, okay? And she's showing up as the Lover's card, trying to be the balance, you know, trying to be there, trying to smooth shit over, you know, trying to show him that Gemini energy of there's another side of it. But he's not hearing that. He's holding on to the shit because he feel like he should have been on. He should have been had his time. Like, you know, he just beating his chest and taking shit out on her when shit does not work out in his favor. Maybe doing a lot of yelling. That King of Wands, it represents all fire signs. So that means that Jhene Aiko probably is over there barking back at him. Up against that Emperor card. That's what I said, y'all. He was forcing that masculine energy up out of her, and that Sagittarius energy. She almost probably presents as a Sag woman, you know, snapping back at him and saying shit that might hurt his stupid ass feelings because he done said something out of pocket to her, trying to maybe exert his masculinity with the Emperor card representing the Aries, because motherfuckers in hip-hop or in music are not respecting him. So he gonna come home with this attitude, you know. I don't know, it's some like energy, some weird energy there between them. Like, he takes things the fuck out on her that he should be taking out on these niggas. I ain't saying he letting motherfuckers sun him in his face, but I am saying that he might be being a little bit mean to his woman because he can't cap off on these label heads. He can't broaden his horizons as an artist. Like, it's almost like he feels like people pay more attention to her than they do to him, and he may begin playing a little bit of mind games. Like, he love bombs her a lot, I know that. After he no, I don't know that, like, I know I seen it, no shit. No, I'm saying like her cards or their cards representing or are representing him love bombing her with that energy of the Devil and the Lover's card influencing each other. It's almost like he might go off on her and shit and have her in her feelings and crying and shit, and then he come back in here and, you know, I love you, that's just how I am type shit. And when are we gonna grow out of this shit? No, that's not just how the fuck you are. You just saying stupid shit. You might be saying what's really truly in your heart, but stop playing with people like that. I feel like a lot of the Devil card energy that's showing up shows that he does this shit a lot. He brings up old shit. He might even bring up old lovers to her to maybe make her jealous. Lovers that he ain't even fucked with. He might be doing some shit like wrongfully comparing and contrasting her against some ex-girlfriend that he had, and it's making her getting her motherfucking feel and shit like that. It's just like some energy, it's something about the energy that Big Sean gives that gives real bitch ass nigga energy. I'm sorry, and I don't mean that. Yes, I do. I was gonna say I don't mean that disrespectfully, but he just gives the energy of a nigga that expects way too much from this girl, and he's not even meeting her halfway. Because although Jhene is looking to be his wife and shit, and y'all saw that shit, he tapped her finger on the fucking stage and shit and rapping about a fucking ring, and we gonna get to it in a minute. Like, I just cannot stand his motherfucking ass. That's why God didn't make you tall, nigga. That's what his problem is right there. He got little man motherfucking syndrome in the first place, and he's not sure of himself as a man, even though he's a father. It's obvious that he's a motherfucking XY. It's clear that he's a male. But something about himself, within himself, feels like he's not man enough, or he knows that he's not man enough for this girl. And he refuses to man up for her. And while he's cool with being in a relationship forever with her, and I mean, shout out to you if you don't want to get married. I'm not taking shots at you or anything, because at this point, I don't know if I want to get married again. So that may be an option for me, a long-term relationship like that, but I'm okay with that. It appears by Jhene Aiko's card, she's no longer okay with just being his long-term girlfriend and now baby mama. He's sitting his ass up there when Charlemagne asked him why he hadn't married her yet. He talking about, marriage is like the perfect relationship, and everybody here, whatever the fuck bullshit he said, we still got work to do. Like, nigga, shut up. I mean, I'm not saying that their relationship is perfect, but what I'm saying is he's being overly judgmental, and the energy that he gave to me, in his response was saying that he was judging her for something, like she's falling short of his fucking expectations, and he would marry her, but this is what's wrong with her. You see what I'm saying? Like, he gives up that type of energy, and with the response that he gave, he does not want to be this girl's husband, and I'm just gonna say it as it is, okay? With that Star card and the Emperor card, let's be clear, ladies. And I had to fucking learn this myself, so this is not me trying to look down on nobody or nothing, but we have to fucking learn this, sometimes the hardest way, because maybe there's nobody there that's really teaching us what it is to be loved, okay? Or maybe our idea of love is skewed and fucked up because we've based it off so many unrealistic things that we can't see when a man is not good for us. Now, Big Sean has pretty much told Jhene Aiko in a roundabout way, and I'm not saying this is just all factual, this is just conjecture, y'all. But per her cards, he's kind of, the way he's living should let her know, or the way that he's moving in this relationship should let her know that he does not want to be a husband. And with the Star card and the Emperor card being together with the King of Wands in reverse, I doubt if he'd be a good husband, okay? He would be a very dishonest ass husband. While he's projecting that onto her, talking about there's still work to be done and we don't like to put our business out there. No, you don't want people to find out you're the asshole in the situation. That's all that is, my good Aries brother. That's what it is, okay? Now, he's pretty much living the way he's handling things and moving in a relationship. She should know he does not want to get married. Okay, I could sugarcoat it, I could dance around it, and I could give some cute explanation to it, but Big Sean does not want to marry Jhene Aiko at all. He said down the line to give her a bait and promise, the promise of a ring with that two of coins being present. He's saying not right now, but maybe in the future I might give you a ring. Nigga, what more does she need to do to prove to you? I just hate this so bad for Jhene. She's just such a beautiful spirit, y'all. And if you're a tarot reader and you read on her, I'm sure you know you get some darker things, but I'm not doing her dark energy right now, okay? I'm just looking at the fact that here's a man stringing a woman along. Now, if they do get engaged, it's going to be an installment ring. They'll be engaged for a long time and they won't get married. Big Sean does not want to be a husband. Is he looking for something else? He's not actively looking, but he has this question, what if there's something else out there? Now, both of them are 36 years old, right? It's not old. It's still relatively young, but it's old enough to know that maybe if you're with this person and been with this person, and damn, I don't even know if that's good advice, because you can be with a motherfucker forever and the shit just don't work out no more, and then the next person that you with is the love of your life for real, for real. So I can't say that it's wrong that he doesn't want to get married, but he definitely needs to communicate this to her, okay? Because he's given her the hopes and dreams of a ring and this beautiful conversation that's going to happen around it, and this happily ever after that may not happen for her, and it's unfair. With the Two of Cups being present and the Eight of Wands, Jhene is communicating marriage. Shit, she stood on the stage and said that. I know y'all be like, women don't know what they want either. This woman knows that she wants to be married. She liked being married in the first place. She was married to she didn't have a good husband the first time. It's like she's repeating a pattern. That's also a component of that Wheel of Fortune that was present earlier too. She was repeating another toxic relationship pattern. And she's hoping that, you know, shit, she done had the baby. This should have sped things along and made him want to marry her. But he hasn't. He's comfortable in the space of her being his fucking baby mama. He's cool with being able to say, Jhene Aiko is my baby mama. We're in a relationship. Now, he doesn't disown the relationship at all, but I think that there's a space within him that is wondering what else is out there. And we can't be upset if a man feels that way, ladies, okay? Can you imagine, let's just put it like that, can you imagine backing this nigga down into a corner? And I'm not saying Big Sean, but let's just say this is your dude and you done been with him for 8 years and you done nag, and you finally go get married. Y'all rush and get married, do all of that, and y'all marriage don't work out. It ends shortly after you get married. What then? Wouldn't it have been better for you to not be legally tied to this man versus now you got to get a divorce, you probably had a couple children, now y'all got to get visitation, all of this shit that did not need to happen. This is where Big Sean is. Now, I know y'all like, oh, that's not cool that you... I'm not taking up for him. I'm just giving y'all the other side of it. He's looking at it like, what if the shit don't work out, which is fucked up and is a very stupid ass excuse. But that's where he is with it. He wants to make sure that Jhene is the one. She knows that he's her one. There's a difference, ladies. A huge difference. And become comfortable, more comfortable within herself, and maybe spend some time as a single woman. It looks like whereas that things were good between the two of them prior to this incident on the stage. Him rapping about a fucking ring and not giving her one, and him tapping her finger like, you know what it is. Like, I don't know, I'm not trying to project anything, but he's telling her, it almost read like put your finger down, you know what it is. Like, don't ask me for a ring. Like, him tapping her hand, like, how embarrassing. Like, niggas, like, y'all just love to embarrass. Which places Jhene in the position of being the Queen of Swords. Here she is, have gone through some bullshit again with yet another long-term relationship. Now, that's not to say that she's gonna come out and, you know, be evil or no shit like that, but she's hurt because she's kind of bound to this relationship, not just because of Noah, but she feels like there's some type of soul tie, if you will. Not soul tie, there's some soul connection, but it's a soul tie, y'all. I said soul tie because that's exactly what it is. As innocent as their relationship seems, he is draining the life force out of Jhene Aiko by essentially wasting her fucking time. Don't care how you look at it, don't care how you twist it. Oh, she's wasting her own time. Sure she is. But when you got a man that is consistently love bombing you the way he's doing, the Lover's card and the Empress card showing up, he love bombs the shit out of her, lets her know how much he loves her and cares for her and all of this. But in the long run, does he love her enough to make her his wife? And he does not. And she feels like she's obligated now to stick around because she has Noah, and that's just not fair to her, and that's not true. Because when Big Sean gets tired, he's not going to feel any obligation to Jhene. He'll feel obligated to take care of his son, all of that, and he's going to do all of that. But he won't necessarily take care of her mental health. You know what I'm saying? Don't care how, not drag her publicly, because I don't think he would do that. But you know, these guys switch up, so I can't say that he wouldn't. But I believe that if they break up, he wouldn't mind being seen out publicly with another person. Like, for example, and I know y'all gonna hate this, but you see how fast he got engaged to Naya Rivera. He had been with her just for 1 year, and he felt like, oh, this is the one. Is it that he likes Latina women, and Jhene Aiko is just a placeholder woman for him until he finds his perfect Latina woman? I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's the energy he gives. And if he likes Latina women, that's cool, but stop wasting this woman's motherfucking time. See, she's been with you 8 years and she's not even a fiance. But he was with, like I said, Naya Rivera a motherfucking year, and that they quickly moved from lovers to fiancés. But now when it comes to Jhene Aiko, she's in the Three of Wands, the long-term position, and being hurt by him emotionally with the Queen of Swords showing up. And despite her being hurt, she feels attached to the relationship because now she's his baby mama. Y'all get it? She feels like she owes him her loyalty now. I can't break my family up. And not to mention, she probably don't want to be a single mama again. I'm telling y'all, like, that shit be heavy. That shit be real heavy. I'll tell y'all another story about myself later on. But you make choices based on shit like that. And Big Sean is finessing the fuck out of it. He is also operating underneath the Queen of Swords energy. He is maybe injecting some shit that an old girlfriend, which I think is a crock of shit when people do this, talking about what a past relationship did to them, and they bringing it into this new relationship and causing shit in this new situation. I think that's bullshit. Yo, just tell me you don't really want to fuck with me like that. Ain't nobody else must be checking for Big Sean, because that's why he's been with Jhene for 8 years. If anybody else is running up his ass, please believe he would not be with her right now. And again, I'm not saying that he does not love her, but I am saying that it is a very toxic situation going on, that Jhene herself may be trying to, or she may be lying to herself with the Seven of Swords being present. And she's going to defend this relationship because there's a lot of ego present between the two of them. Her ego is present with the public because the public is pretty much saying the very same thing. She's wasting her time with him and she needs to move on. Hell, they've been together 8 years and they're not even engaged. And again, I'm not saying that marriage is for everyone, but she clearly wants to be a fucking wife. He's not doing that though. Like I said, if that devil card being present, he is holding on to shit that happened in an old relationship and he's injecting it into this one with Jhene to keep her at bay. I don't know, I feel like he might be saying, when I date black girls, they da 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 da, and I just want to make sure that this is this and this is that. Because again, he was with Naya Rivera 1 fucking year and was engaged to her within that year. He's with this black woman 8 years. And he wants to make sure that everything's perfect. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? That there's a lot of lying going on. His ego saying that Jhene ain't good enough. And Jhene's ego is saying to her, I need to fight for this relationship so he knows that I'm good enough. And I need to make sure I not necessarily check people, but you know, she'll put us in our place. She told us before her relationship with him is not our concern, baby. Look here, girl, don't be snapping us up about shit that you mad with him about, okay? But what I will say is her ego got her defending this fucking relationship because shit, that's where she been. And that's her man and she's sticking beside him, girl, but shit, is he sticking beside you? Like I said earlier in the reading, I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy amongst the two of them. Not Jhene being jealous of him. Again, she worships the ground this man walks on. But within him, he's jealous of the way that Jhene's fans follow her. Y'all notice in the Queen of Wands, representing Jhene as the singer, she's got like a flock following her. Behind her, she's got like a flock of cattle or lions or whatever those animals are behind her. King of Wands is by himself. King of Wands is trying to sit on the throne by himself, feeling like he should be on the throne for whatever reasons. And I'm not saying that Big Sean is trash, because I do like Big Sean music. I think that he is lyrically very gifted, but I don't know what it is about him that's not taken seriously in the industry. I don't know. And it's quite unfair for him to compare and contrast his artistry against Jhene and make it a thing of, I don't know, I feel like he plays with her a lot. He plays on her spirituality, and he kind of puts it like she maybe needs to take a back seat for a while so that she can allow his career to flourish a little bit so that he can be more popular for a moment. I don't know, the energy is really weird there. And it's almost like and I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. You know, again, this is just conjecture. This is just me talking outside of my ass with these cards, baby. It's almost like Jhene is telling him, give me a reason other than being your baby mama to go and sit my ass down. Because, I mean, while she does love touring and all of that, she would easily go sit her ass down and be a mother and, you know, play the support piece, if you will, to her husband. But she's tired of pretending to be this man's wife. And he's consistently finding flaws in their fucking relationship so that he can keep her at bay. Like I said, if they do end up engaged, it'll be like some promise ring situation or an installment ring. Just to keep her around. Just to maybe get her to have another baby before she's 40. You know, shit like that. Because when she turns 40, let's say that they're together another 4 years. When she turns 40, then she'll be too old for him, or he'll be ready suddenly to break up with her then. Or right before they get to 40, she'll break up with her, or they'll break up. Like when they both turn 37, 38, they'll break the fuck up. And then he'll go and get engaged to the next woman and get her pregnant. You know, just typical toxic ass shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Big Sean gets very toxic, low vibrational man energy. he gives the energy of somebody that's very much full of himself. Whereas that he's got the Judgment card in reverse on Jhene, he feels like she's not good enough for him. The Star card being present with Jhene, she's hoping that things turn around and hoping that he changes his mind. She has a whole lot of hope about this fucking relationship, and Big Sean is definitive. Him having that Judgment card in reverse just pretty much sums it up. He is not going to marry her, and it's probably because she's more successful than him. She's hoping that although she's more successful than him, he can understand that she's trying to be his woman, and she'll be as soft as he needs her to be, just so he can stick his chest out a little bit. It's not gonna work, Jhene. You can do all of that, baby. You can change every bit of yourself for this man, and you still will not be the one. Sometimes we see that we are being a placeholder in this situation, and that's exactly what Jhene Aiko has been in Big Sean's life, a placeholder for 8 years. And again, I'm not shitting on her, I'm not doing any of that, but what I am saying is sometimes we are manipulated by these men, y'all. I'm not so high and mighty that I'll say that I've never been manipulated by a man. I'm not gonna say that I didn't pour into a relationship that I knew deep within my gut. And remember, I told y'all her sacral chakra was standing out, as well as her heart chakra. Like, she knows deep down that this relationship with Big Sean is not going anywhere. But she kind of overlooks that with this hopefulness and hope that things change. You know, she reads tarot. She's probably pulling it every day that things are not going to change. She's trying to inject that positive energy and that positive affirmations and speak what you want into it, when that's not what's going to happen. Like I said, it's a thing about a lot of delusions happening in their relationship. And it's almost her being the most delusional, with the Seven of Cups representing the Pisces energy. She's hoping that things will go back to what they once were emotionally, with that Six of Cups being present. She's hoping that they get back to the place to where is that when they were, you know, just lovers, just kicking it, just having fun, before shit got too complicated and too. She's hoping that things can go back to this point. She's maybe holding on to the hope that they return to that. I mean, she's like, okay, yeah, we've moved beyond me being just your kick it partner. I'm now your baby mama. I'm your girl now. I'm your baby mama. Like, all of this has happened. Like, what's the next step? She's hoping that there is a next step. She's hoping that maybe if things can return back to the way they were, they can move forward in their relationship. I don't know that that is delusion, or if that is her just having standards in her relationship. But it is kind of borderline both, if you will. Because you can't really hold on to what was in the past if you expect to move forward. I think that she has a fear of what's going to happen in the future with she and Big Sean, which is why she holds on to a lot of the times. You remember when we were da-da-da-da? She goes back to that a lot. She spends a lot of time in her past thinking about how their relationship once was. And she's hoping that things continue to change. There they are, her and Noah and her oldest daughter and Big Sean. And she's hoping that this relationship continues to grow into them being a real normal, legal, grounded family. She doesn't want to, keep on holding on to the secrets of what she's hoping for either. She's waiting for them to motherfucking come to fruition, and she may be even trying to manifest it a little bit. I know she's a little witch, but I don't know that is this really the man you want, girl? Because even if they get married, and I know this sounds wild, negative, y'all, forgive me for this. Even if they do get married, they're not going to stay married. Again, cheating isn't the issue. It's a thing of artistry and altitude, if you will. Because I believe that Big Sean has peaked and he is exactly where he's going to be. Whereas that Jhene Aiko can continue to reinvent herself. I don't know. I just think that even if they get married, it'll be a problem with her not necessarily being a breadwinner, but the more popular artist. That would get under his skin so much too. He wouldn't even be able to handle being called Jhene Aiko's husband. You know how these motherfuckers do. You know how they do Jay-Z. Jay-Z is Beyonce's husband. Shit like that. They just do this shit. Instead of him taking it in the stride, however, let's look at his cards as the cards that are present now. Instead of him taking it in the stride, he would take it all to heart, and he would have a fucking midlife crisis. He'd do some shit that would destroy their relationship. He would do something to cause her to doubt herself as his wife or as his woman. He would do something selfish, something that would be extremely hedonistic. And again, I don't get cheater energy from Big Sean. I just get nigga that does stupid things. Like he would go hang out with the wrong people with that 3 of Cups being present. You get what I'm saying? Like he doesn't give off cheater energy. However, he does give off the energy that he would play mind games, okay? Now, whereas that he wouldn't physically cheat on Jhene, he would do some shit like be having a cyber relationship with a bitch type shit. And he would be kind of rejecting of her, okay? With that 4 of Cups being present. He would be rejecting completely of how she is as a woman. And although he wouldn't break up with her initially, he would find ways to tear her down, okay? He would find excuses to lead up to him cheating that he would use to justify what it is that he's doing. He gives the energy of a nigga that never feels like he's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And if they were to get married, this wouldn't fucking change. He would ultimately cheat on her because right now he doesn't give that energy, but shit, if he's on some hedonistic things, that means that shit, cheating ain't off the table either. He'd feel like she really truly wasn't his one and he got married just because the public said that they should get married. He'd find a way to shift the blame over onto us, the fans. Or shift the blame over onto her. I didn't really want to get married. I was cool with being by myself. I mean, I told her I wanted an open relationship. Look forward to stupid shit like that with that 3 of Cups showing up too. Shit that he explained to her. I explained to her that I had this sexual appetite, or what these niggas' favorite thing is. I'm a sexual what they be saying, girl? They got a sexual addiction and they're a sex maniac. They're a fucking nymphomaniac, excuse me. Shit like that'll show up. And he'll be talking about how she fulfilled him in ways and da-da-da-da-da. The normal bullshit where I'm not going to say anything negative about the child, the mother of my child. But he's slamming her the whole fucking time by saying little ignorant ass innuendo. That's the type of energy he gives, He does not give the energy of a man that wants to be this girl's husband. He very much seems to be stringing her along until someone else that he considers perfect is there and available and present for him. I'm sorry. We as women sometimes can be full of ourselves too with the King of Cups, only thinking about us having this man's last name. Not really thinking about the shit that this man is doing that's embarrassing the fuck out of us. Like, y'all, let's look over at the right side of the screen at the Five of Cups and the Empress card. We're not necessarily thinking about the things that these men do to embarrass us. Like, I'm sorry I have to go back to it, y'all. Big Sean tapping her finger, rapping about giving a bitch a ring, okay? And then when she looked down at her hand and stuck her hand up, he taps her fucking hand. Embarrassing the shit out of her, making her, not making her look bad, but you know, making motherfuckers be like, damn girl, you waiting around for that? But on the other side of things, he's so hedonistic. He feels like she embarrassed him. She should feel good enough to be Big Sean's baby mama. He probably felt like with that Seven of Cups being present, what kind of games was she trying to play? What was she trying to pull while he was doing what he was doing? You know, wasn't this nigga on her tour anyway? Let me not do that. Let me not be. But it almost gave the energy of he felt like she embarrassed him. He should have been embarrassed to rap that fucking. Why did you even perform that fucking song? It was almost like he set her up to see what she was gonna say, if she was gonna stay on code. If she's gonna stay on that fucking baby mama code, if you will. What's the baby mama code? Don't ask for a ring. Just be happy that you can let this nigga nut in you. He gave you a gut full of human. That should be the greatest thing that, you know, you should want from him. But realistically, y'all, with the Tower card, Two of Cups, and the Devil card being present, that may be the only thing that Jhene has coming from this man. And that's not to shit on him, and that's not to shit on her at all. But sometimes we need to realize that people have a certain part in our story, if you will. And the fact that they are each holding on to this relationship and wasting the shit out of each other's time. Jhene not necessarily wasting his time. He's definitely fucking wasting her time, because they're not going to get married. And if they do, it's going to not work out. It's going to be yet another marriage that's failed. She's not wasting his time. She's told him what she wants. But if you want to go with the theory of, yes, she is wasting his time, because if he don't want to get married, why is she still with him? That's true. You're absolutely the fuck right. So that's why I go back to, they're wasting each other's time in this very karmic relationship that has fallen apart before, and it ultimately will end. Okay, it's not going to end with them dragging each other, but it's going to end in a crazy way, y'all. That damn Tower card is always very ominous. It's always very telling of what's going to take place in the future. And I hope that Jhene is not coping with the emotional roller coaster that Big Sean has her on by using drugs and shit. I hope that she is still very much into keeping herself grounded, because I just feel bad for her. She really pouring energy into this situation, and she's on some Page of Pentacles shit. She's got her head in the clouds, and she really does love this man, and she wants to continue to pour energy into it. But Big Sean is Four of Coins energy. He's not willing to settle down with her. He's holding back. At the end of the day, Jhene is getting ready to walk into another Five of Coins situation. She's wanting to be a wife, ready to be a wife, has all the qualifications, if you will, to be a wife, but she's still on the outside looking in, because she's wasting time with a man who wants to be the King of Pentacles, who wants to be taken seriously, who wants to have a bigger place in hip-hop, if you will, than he does, because he feels like he has no impact. Versus her, the Queen of Pentacles, everybody loves her. He has an issue there. And that is the overall reason why Their relationship is not going to work out. She doesn't need him financially, any of that. She appreciates him. Not that she's shitting on him or anything. She's very, very submissive to this man. But her submission is not enough. Her being extremely open and allowing him access to her money and shit like that. Not like a fool now, y'all. Don't think that she's stupid. But she allows Big Sean a certain amount of liberties to stroke his ego so that he'll feel like a man because of how he feels. Now let's discuss really quickly his outside looking in type shit before we run out of time. That's him with that 5 of coins energy. Hip hop don't love me the way they should. They ain't fucking with me like this. And he takes it out on her. Makes her bend to his delusions, his Page of Pentacles bullshit. And when she doesn't, he exerts this we ain't ready for a real marriage or we cool in the relationship where we is type shit.